Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 2 Hour Track Challenge. My name is Ben_Burns. And today we're going to write a song in 2 hours or less, your money back. So last week we did a song inspired by Pyrite, which is Fool's Gold and stuff like that, Game Boy Minor. Today I'm thinking about, I was looking at my little wall of stones and minerals, and I have this really cool chunk of malachite, which is, of course, not going to be in focus. There we go. So malachite is a really, really cool stone. It's not a stone, it's a mineral. But it has a lot of these really cool, it's not facets, but just like the inclusions and the way that it manages. Yeah, so this kind of like bluish green, this really swirly feel. I'm gonna try to make a song inspired just by the general idea of this. And just like the pyrite one, I'm just gonna try to get like the feeling of the stone of the thing, and then do I have flare? What do you mean by that? Oh, the NI. I don't think so. I mean, I should have it because I have Native Instruments stuff. I don't have flare though. Is that something that I should install? Anyway, I might have to install that separately. I have a couple ideas. We're gonna. Oh, fine. Before I start the timer, I'll look at this real quick. Complete audio 6. Well, yeah, if it comes with. Whoa, was it there? No, I don't have flare. Oh, this is the installed stuff. Oh, I do. There we go. Hopefully that won't ruin the stream. So what is this? Is this like virus.exe? Flanger featuring. You do recommend it in all, honestly? Okay. For some reason I read that I don't recommend it at all. And I'm like, well, why did you tell me to download it, you dank? Okay, so I'm going to have to restart Ableton, I think, for that to show. No, I can just rescan. Plugins. Rescan. Boop. Okay. I'll give it a try. So, yeah, I think... Hey, YouTube. We're sorry for the interruption. M had a cool suggestion. Luckily, I hadn't started the timer yet, but I'm going to start the timer now. So I have a couple thoughts of what I want to do, but I'm not sure if they're going to pan out or not. So the first thing I was thinking is getting some chords with the Sonic Forest, which is something that I got a while ago and I never really messed with. I think it's called Sonic's. No, Forest Frame, that's not it. I think it's a Sound Iron thing. Well, first couple minutes will be learning how to spell, I guess. Sonic, oh, there it is, yeah. So I was thinking about doing something a little bit more ambient this time. Yeah. And I'll put flare at the end of this and see how it goes. Let's see, crystalline. That sounds good. Since this is kind of a crystal mineral thing. Real peps. I know the feeling. Interesting. Okay. I actually really like that. I got this forest, the Sonic Forest and the Sonic Ocean, a long time ago, and it's one of those abstract ones where the knobs do things, but you can't really tell what they do. So I'm just going to tweak these a little bit. So let's mess with the ADSR a little bit here. The volume. Let's lower the suspend. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on in here. Okay. Okay, so then what's it called? Flare? Yeah. So I know nothing about Flare. Oh, it's so tiny. Okay. Let's go minor. Okay, so it looks like it's a flanger that also keeps within a specific scale as well. That's interesting. I'm kind of curious. Hi. Ooh, you made good progress on that today. Teen just got a tattoo, or is working on her tattoo.
She looks good though.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like girl.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
I can't wait to see it once the wrapping gets off.
Yeah.
Forest Temple stuff if you mess with it a bit. Yeah, I mess with the pitch more. Just like going up, you mean? Yeah, okay. I think what we'll do is we'll start with this. Actually, let's just record something. That would be better. So we can get real crazy with this pretty quickly if we wanted to accentuate that stuttering effect. We can go into here and put this in phase and then just like, I think it's 30-second notes. Scan through. Yeah, I need to mess with this more. I haven't. I'm not familiar with this, but I definitely like it. So I think we'll go with that for now. So the next thing I was thinking is we need something that's like real chill. Part of me wants to try using Massive X again, and I'll see if I can do something worthwhile with it this time. I just want to. I think my biggest problem with Massive X is the fact that there's no real time feedback on this ADSR. thing, so it's really hard for me to fully understand what's happening in this. I kind of want just like a plucky sound though. And I screwed it up. There we go. I think that it's really cool, but I feel like it's just not the interface. The interface is really great up here, and it's really bad down here. I feel like this just needs to be more responsive to actually like have a visual understanding of what's going on, because it's really difficult to just kind of keep all of that in your head, you know? So I feel like there's a lot of really great things that can happen here, but it's off by enough to make it really difficult to work with. Hey, Madam Berry, how are you? You get, looks like the real thing UI elements and DAWs and other plugins. You mean something like this, where it's like trying to emulate a physical thing? So what I want to do with this, I'm sorry to hear that you're tired. I'm honestly feeling the same way. But you know, sometimes you just gotta keep working. I saw that you're like redoing some of your Patreon stuff. I'm looking forward to reading that. You sent it out right. It always feels too much information, can't be super precise with. Yeah, I look forward to reading through that post. I think I've used Ethereal Cannon before. Canyon. Oh, looks like all the avatars disappeared down there. Wobble gate. Where is the reverb on? There it is. Post reverb decay. Yeah, and honestly, Peps, I completely agree with you. For something like this, it's just there's so much going on, and it's overwhelming to say the least. And I think that it could be. Oops, I don't want a chord morph. It's cool that you can do a chord morph though. Messing with Fama trackers because it's very programmatic. Yeah. Well, and to be fair, the original Massive was hey everybody, remember to save. The original Massive was not great in that regard either. Yeah, it's a lot to parse all at once. Even though I turned that, is it because the bit crusher's still on? Let's just turn this down. I want this mostly to just be the sine wave. Okay, that's better. Voice. Unison. Let's do polyphonic again. It's getting some cool sounds here. Decay, reverb. Where is my feedback? There we go. Okay, so I kind of want to find, and here's the opposite of that, Peps, or I need to find like the opposite knob to make that stutter a little bit less, because right now, Hey. Nothing wrong with being ambient. I have a feeling we're not going to stay ambient in this song, though. Ooh, that's a brainwave. Let's toss in like a low string here for the bass. Woodwind. No, who needs woodwinds? Woodwinds are for nerds. Session stings. There's the string ensemble. Yeah, Jank. I have a feeling that's where I'm going to go with this. I know, Wolfson. I was just joking. Don't be mad. But I'm thinking that we can... and then we can... running it through a delay is probably not the right call there. We do need to compress this, though. And I'm going to go with a multi-band compressor because I really want to bring up the lows and the highs, but scoop out the mids. And I guess I could do something very similar with an EQ and then just use a regular... Yeah, I'll just do that. Compressor. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I should also EQ this a little bit. I want it to sparkle more, so I'm going to... It has like this hollow glass sound. Which is cool. I like the sound, but the hollowness of it is a little difficult to work around. Okay. I'm not really sure where this is going yet, but... Okay. These are pretty atonal. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Aside from tired, because I know Madam Barry's tired. And like I said, I kind of am too. I might be kind of over spliced, but I might go through and see what drum loops I have here. I grabbed a bunch of stuff, and I don't know if I'm ever going to use it, but... That might be kind of cool to add, actually. I'm not going to use all of it, but... Geez, apparently I grabbed a lot from this guy. Nice. Oh my god, this is una corda. Yeah, that's literally una corda. Um, shopping bot for MIDI keyboard that won't destroy my bank account. Old one is like 15 years old. Peps, my suggestion, if you're looking for a small one, is the AKAI MPK Mini, which is 2 octaves and $100 and well worth. If you're looking for something a little bit more robust, I have the AKAI MPK 249, which is great, but it's also a little bit more pricey. Let's see if there's anything in here that I can use. Some of these are... See, and a lot of these, I wish they wouldn't have so much flipping processing on them because I want to process this audio myself. So that's another one of the problems that I have with this stuff. I'm looking for something more minimal, though. Let's see if I can find something. Minimal drum loop. Let's limit the tempo range. Not the crazy party one. No, I'm looking for something with atmosphere, and I can make my own, but I'm just like kind of curious what's out there. I'm gonna have to tune the bass on this, but come on. Apparently it doesn't want me to use this one. Oh, because apparently I tried to drop it into the wrong spot. There we go. Okay, so I can go back to my samples recently added. Where's that guitar thing that I put in the wrong spot? Hey, Toxic, what's up, man? Where'd that guitar riff go? There we go. Okay, so that's good enough for now. This is 110. We need to warp this to the right tempo. Yes, Em, I do. The thing that I don't like about it is that if I stop my Splice account, then I basically can't use my credits if my Splice account isn't active, which I think is kind of bullshit, but... Cool. I like that a lot. I don't think this is tuned right, though. Yeah. Actually, no, that's tuned on the dominant, so that should be fine. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. I don't know. I think Splice is a really cool service, but the quality of their samples is really lacking. And I've been finding that out more as I go on. And I think that it's really cool, but they have like no quality control, or at least quality control that I don't agree with. And it's just like, you guys, you're charging for this stuff. At least make sure that your samples terminate like on the 0 and all this other stuff. Yeah, dude. The MPK Mini, I absolutely love the thing, and the MPK Mini for me anyway was a tank. Like I still have mine. It's over there. I just use a bigger version now. I think the yeah. I have the Mark 1, but I use the MPK Mini. Like I threw it in my backpack. I beat the crap out of it, and it still worked fine. So I think you'll have good luck with it. Why did that not do anything? It's so plucky. Mad about. How you doing, man? Sorry, I missed your messages before. I can't hear that pluck now. I think doing pitch was the wrong. Milk was a bad choice. Oh, now because it's off, because I'm smart. Teacher's school use a printer cable, which is very clearly not meant to be used as one. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I know how you feel, man. Okay. It's a little too much. I know it's a sin to say, but there's a little too much reverb on this. Yeah, Toxic. I talked briefly about it. I was last week I did Pyrite, and this week I'm looking at a Malachite, which is what this guy is. Which is really cool. I'm trying to like block my face so it actually focuses on the right thing. So kind of swirly. It has holes like inclusions and stuff in it, and there's just kind of, I don't know. I'm just trying to find a different way of inspiring like some general ideas. So yeah, that's kind of the way I'm going with this. I really like this as kind of the sub and the bass line, and then I can layer some actual other drums on top of that. I don't know how I feel about these strings. Oh man, we're burning through time, aren't we? Hey everybody, remember to save. A reverb plugin using east-west spaces. If you're in the market for a reverb plugin, I would highly recommend getting Valhalla Room. I don't work for them or anything. I just love this thing. I use this literally in every project. And if you're looking for a delay plugin, I would highly recommend Valhalla Delay, which is a little bit newer. Black Hole. I heard Black Hole is pretty good too, if it's what I'm thinking it is. Get a room. Yeah, I love Valhalla stuff. Come on, start here. Doesn't East-West go through iLok, though? There was a reason why I didn't want to use East-West. It's like I think iLok has gotten a lot better over the past couple years, but I still we're not even close to getting a name for this yet. Or are we? I just like I've heard really good things about it, and if I used more organic acoustic, I guess is the right word. I'm actually going to flip and curb this a little bit. So I feel like this just needs everything for about $20 a month. Yeah, that's not a bad deal. I literally installed iLok today, actually, but the software, not the because I had Heaviosity Punish, which is actually really flippin' amazing. I love it a lot, and that uses iLok. I am not a fan of it, and I might get rid of the software. I never want to go the route of having like a physical USB device that I have to use for authentication. I feel like that's just it blows my mind that that's an actual thing that yeah, I don't know. It's like software authentication I'm fine with. Like I have native access and all this other stuff on my computer anyway, so I don't mind software authentication because I can remember a password. But if I lose a USB drive and have to pay $50 for software I already purchased, that is ridiculous. And I can't get behind that. So where are we going with this song? You don't have a physical key. Yeah. I like native access. And honestly, I think iLok's software is okay. You don't need to have one anymore. And for most things, I think some still require a physical key, but for the most part, I don't think you have to have one anymore. This needs another auto pan on it just to push it around the sonic space. Okay, I actually want to mess with this a little bit too. Because I feel like, oops. I don't like this kick. So now you don't exist. There we go. Drive troubles. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's really what I want to avoid. I really don't want to get tied up in that. Like, I don't want to like spend my time troubleshooting stuff. I want stuff that works, and if it doesn't work, it's easy to fix. And if it's a hardware issue, that's rarely easy to fix, and that's the stuff that bothers me. So, yeah. I mean, honestly, okay, let's take a step back from this discussion for a second, even though I really like talking about this stuff. We need to figure out the tone of this song. And I think a couple people have mentioned like some kind of grotto or cave or water area, and I really like that. I just need to figure out like the direction of this song, because right now it can kind of go in a lot of different ways, and I need to figure out which way it should go. Yeah, toxic. And that's one of the problems that I have with iLok, where you have to unregister your software before you format, or it's lost forever, according to them. That you get like 2 activations that you can use, and if you mess that up, you basically lose your software. I was lucky when I formatted. I didn't unregister, but it's the same computer. So when I formatted and brought everything back up, it recognized that it was the same computer, and it kept the same license. But it's just like that's one thing where it's just like doesn't stop piracy. It just makes it annoying for paying people. Exactly. It just punishes people who actually want to support the. This was the iLok software jank. It punishes people who want to legitimately support the companies and the artists who make the software. And it's just like DRM has a place. It has a very good place, but it should be something that makes it more convenient for you and not a hindrance to your creativity. And that's a huge problem. Let's see. Let's lead into the water. Grand Marais audio. Bottom of a waterfall. This is probably going to be really loud, and I apologize. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's talk to
All
myself.
construction has ceased. MC.
Okay.
I'm lost. I can get it here. Yeah. Waterfall.
What? There we go. Yeah. Yeah, Bandcamp is definitely my preferred method of purchasing music for people. To be honest, I don't purchase a whole lot of music anymore. Like I go through streaming and stuff, which I know to some people is the devil, but I also feel like streaming services aren't going to go anywhere, and it's still a way to support those artists and hopefully, try to bring them a little bit more into the mainstream while I can still listen to music. It's FBM mod, audio system for game development. Yeah, that's ridiculous, Peps. Like I need to start doing that stuff. Like I've heard a lot of people starting to use WYs and FMod and stuff, and I didn't know that it was that much for a license. Maybe that's for like if you're making over a certain amount of money, you have to pay for it or something. I'm debating on whether we want to use like. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm thinking something like this. Actually, I should just copy and paste this, because otherwise I'm just going to do the same set of effects over again. Need flashbacks reinstalling Cubase. Oh, barf. Yeah, and like WYs and FMod are both super powerful and like industry standards, but I feel like they're going to get replaced at some point by just an open source version, because like asking for money for that kind of stuff is, I know that they're powerful systems, but I also feel like it's not complicated. It's just like robust. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm a Unity boy. I haven't used Unreal, which is not really a good excuse for anything. But I've heard Unreal is really really good though. Streaming has done for the music world. Primary is personal preference. Good job, Em. Yeah, Toxic. Talking about DRM. Yeah. I think streaming is. So basically what I'm trying to do here, and I'm getting distracted by chat, which is I'm totally fine with. I'm trying to kind of just get some watery sounds without making it sound like somebody's peeing on your head. It's true. You're not wrong, Jank. Sorry, Madam Barry. BSMR. Okay, so this is actually adding a really cool level of ambiance. Game Maker. Yeah, Game Maker I've heard is really good. Like, the one issue I've heard with Game Maker is it's kind of a big pain in the ass to change something once you've gotten in a certain way. Like, I know Hyper Light Drifter was originally at 30 FPS, and the process of changing it to a 60 FPS game was like really difficult. Well, and people do have to pay tickets to like attend. But yes, that's pretty funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab specific room speed. Are you going to be in for a tough? Yeah. So there's like, yeah, Peps. No, you guys are right. I'm not saying that that's like a fault of Game Maker. And I think Unity has similar problems. Like if you change the fixed update cycle to something other than 60 FPS, you're gonna have a bad time for some of this stuff. So yeah.
Remember to
Oh
save.
man, I am burning through time today. Yeah, I feel bad like when I make games and I look at the code base behind them, it's like this is real strapped together. But that's what I hear from everybody. It's just like pretty much everything is just kind of held on with duct tape sometimes. DRM works is when it's easier for user but hard for the pirates. Yeah. I need a good clap. I don't think a drum machine clap is what I'm looking for though. Actually, that one's pretty good. Last game we released, my first non-hobby game ever, was with Code Base. Yeah. Color Jumper was my first game, and I learned. All I can say is I learned a lot from making that game. Okay, so basically what I'm doing right now is I'm building up a bunch of different layers, and then I can work on like spreading this out across a couple bars, and then I can work on other stuff. I actually really like the sound as it is, and I don't want to overburden this too much because I feel like this could be a song that I really screw up. Yeah, toxic, and that's why I installed iLok. I was finishing up a project for a game that was like basically on hold for a year, and I used stuff that I didn't have installed anymore, and I'm like, oh well, I guess I have to figure out all this stuff again, which isn't a bad thing. Like, it's really cool that this project's finally coming out. Yeah, I'm starting to learn that. That doesn't really help a whole lot. Traditional art, writing, and now music. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. We need to find another lead for this, because that's basically all we have left. And then we can maybe try to make a B section for this and see how that goes. I guess we're doing pretty well, like, for time, because I really want this to be like a chill jam. Like I was talking before about, like, how would we put a narrative to this song? How would we, in the Discord earlier, we had project planning for stages. Sprite art. Yeah, I've been learning sprite art too. It's hard. It's real hard. But my thoughts right now is this is kind of like I said, it's like a grotto, which I think I'm saying that word right. Not grotto is like a cave. Yeah. A small picturesque cave. Or yeah. So something small, but not like dangerous or claustrophobic. And maybe just kind of like exploring that, but not necessarily exploring that in a dangerous way, just kind of, if this were like a video game example, it would be something like kind of like World 1 water level, like not dangerous, but it's just kind of like low key. That's really cool, Peps. That's a good way of doing it. That might also be better as something else. Videos, basically. Oh. Yeah, if I find any, I'll definitely repost it, because I would love to get more in depth with spriting. I appreciate that, Peps. That's real important for me to do that. And like I've mentioned this before, but I'm lucky enough to have had a background in e-learning, so I have an understanding of how to teach the majority of people. Definitely not everybody, but I don't know if I want to go the route with this. I kind of like that this is rhythmic, but it's kind of video gamey if I put this in there. Oh, tell me about it, man. I went to school for graphic design, and I am a programmer at my job. My day job is a software designer for a bank. And I do music on the side. Was that can opening? Hey, Herms. Like this stuff? This is from a pack. Oh, what's this pack called? This one's the Delicates sample pack. This is a button, like a pin back button that I was flipping around on a table, I think. I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of video gamey. I don't know if this is the right way to go about this song. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sorry, I'm just like trying to think of what we want to do with this. Level designer there, and he vouched. Yeah. Thank you, Cenk. I look forward to watching those. Okay, so let's strip this down to like the start again. Okay. Let's do, I mean, it's about that time anyway, so let's do a little bit of arranging on this. Because really the song starts with just these two, or these three really, if you want to count the P sounds. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. Just kind of like minimalist. Not anything aggressive. I don't want to go aggressive today. We went aggressive with the Fama Tracker song on Wednesday, or not Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. So let's just mess around with these a little bit. If I like them, they'll stay, and if I don't like them, I'll move them. Oops, there we go. How often do people participate in the 2-hour challenge alongside the stream? Well, the 2-hour album challenge happens once every 3 months, which I don't know if that's what you're talking about or if people just want to hang out and do another song along with me, which they're welcome to do, but I don't think that happens very often. I don't know, though. Yeah, I know Jank does a 2-hour track challenge on his own time, and so does M. Yeah. So. Oh, yeah, and Toxic. I'm sorry. Duh. You used to. Sorry, I conflated M and Toxic. Yep. I'm a bad boy. God, the one thing that really can't see these dang lines. Yeah, I'm glad that people are doing it. There. Ugh. I'm trying to do something and it's not working. Let's just revert a little bit.
Remember to save.
God, I'm really burning through time today. Remember to save, everybody, but also remember to actually finish your song and stop screwing around so much. I think that's important to remember too. So I wanted to modify this a little bit. No, don't worry about that. I love talking. Cool. What the heck's going on there? Speaking of remember to save, what should we call this song before Ableton shits the bed? Which may or may not happen. I don't think it will. How about Forbidden Grotto? Thank you, Madam Barry. I can stream some of focusing on music production while streaming. That's literally the reason why I stream. What is going on? I'm going to try to restart ASIO, but I might just have to restart Ableton. Forbidden Fruit's pretty good too. But yeah, the reason I stream is because I get distracted very easily. Make sure to cut that off at the right point. Okay, so we've got a slightly chopped loop now. Okay, so why didn't this copy correctly? Let's try again. What? What the heck? Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks, Ableton. You're a real gem sometimes. Anyway, Peps, to answer your concern earlier, I love conversation, so I don't care if I get lost in a conversation and I go over on time. It's more important for me to have discourse that's actually like entertaining, rather than being like, oh, well, I finished another song, I guess I'm the greatest streamer in the world. What was happening, Toxic, is that there was a little bit of a blip over here. So when I selected this clip, it was inserting the, yeah, it was being a little bit of a pain. This doesn't really. Okay, so this should be more of a background thing. I like it, but I just think that it just needs to be more like. Let's just get rid of that one. Okay, so I think we need to reinforce this with a different instrument just to make sure that it's heard correctly. Just trying to be very talkative. Oh, no, I like talking too. Like, I would much rather have an interesting conversation than make another song. I like making songs too. I should say that too. But I feel that it's more interesting to just... It's more interesting to use a regular massive because I actually know how to use it. It's more interesting to talk to people, and I think that it's a better stream because of that anyway. So, yeah. Where's monophonic in this? There we go. Monophonic. That's going to be way too loud. Yeah, do like me a good saw wave. I have to blend this in a little bit better, but I think it'll work. I mean, a string is essentially just a giant saw wave generator anyway. There we go. Actually, let's put an LFO on this instead. I think that'll be more interesting. We do not want to restart that sound. Console ports. Hey, Peps. You do console you do console porn, do you? If you do console ports, we should really talk because I've been trying to get Color Jumper on Switch for a while, and I have no idea where to start or how to do it. I have a buddy who is going to talk to me probably next week, but I don't know where it's going to go. And I would love to get as much information as possible. And I mean, my game is made in Unity, and it's simple. Like, it's not complicated visually, so there's no like crazy shaders or anything. So I think the port will be fine. I'm more worried about getting it Yeah, no worries, man. I'm more worried about getting it actually, like the mechanical process of getting it on the Switch, because I don't want to do it. Like, I know it's not hard to get a developer's license and all that stuff, but I don't wanna, because I have other things that I want to do with my time than dick around with that. Oh man, that reminds me of another like arpeggiated thing that I want to kind of try to do. All of these are turned off because I'm a big old dumb. I have a plugin for specific. Oh, nice. Yeah, and like, I know that it's not difficult to get a dev kit and like get all that stuff together. I just like, I'm a little mind flooded right now with all the stuff that I want to do, and trying to port a game that I made 2.5 years ago to a platform. Yeah, and that's my problem. Like, I signed up for it and I just never pursued it any further than that. Too many notes. So it's just like I want to work with a team that knows what they're doing, first of all, who can just kind of do the heavy lifting for me. Oh my God. That sounds like a nightmare. And I just like, I would also like to work with a group of people that actually know how to market games, because I don't, and that was one of the biggest failings on Color Jumper's behalf. Because I did Color Jumper a genuine disservice by not properly marketing that game, mostly just because I didn't know how, and like I can't really beat myself up over that. Oh yeah, no, and I'm not being like, Peps, you're gonna help me with this whole process. Like that's what's gonna happen. It's I only want you. It's like, no, I want to work with a group of people who are competent enough to be able to tell me what I need to do and like how to do it. And I'm more than happy to put in the work. Like, I'm not just gonna be like, I talked to somebody, I'm done. But I just want to get the process moving instead of just like in this stasis where it is now. Oh my God. Yeah, take care, Sleh. It was really good to have you on. I really like that. I feel like the two ports. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And like you said earlier, I think the port will be as simple as pushing a button and waiting for it to compile. Like, the game was released 2.5 years ago, and as far as I'm aware, it's not bug free, but it's like, it's pretty dang bug free. Yeah. Okay, so I have this. Oops, I need to solo this. Let's go into this and lower. Yeah, I mean, I would love to get it on the PlayStation and Xbox as well, but I feel like the Switch is probably the best start for me. Should I sync this? Oh, man. I actually do like syncing this. Get a little wubbin here, you know? We got to get a little wubbin. Yeah. Oh no. Like I said, I work for a bank. I know how large companies work when it comes to certification and like security certificates and all this other crap, and it's just like I just want it done. And I understand why it happens. Yeah. And the problem is you can never make it idiot proof. You could just make it idiot resistant. Exactly. I have no swears in my game. Aside from the people who play it will probably swear a little bit because it's very hard. Okay.
Remember to save.
Jeez. That's not going to work. Nah, it's too much. Excuse me. Yeah, okay, that works really well, actually. What I'm going to do is, since this is essentially going to be... Oh, I hope this actually works. Group. New chain. Okay, so this is 33 right. And then negative 33. That sounds disgusting. Okay, so we can raise the volume up on this. We can lower the volume on this. Better than cold, yeah. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to consolidate this because this is going to be the same. Same anyway. Okay, let's do something that I don't do often and actually work to extend this out in a way that sounds decent and actually allows you to listen to the song before I move on to something else. What a novel, strange idea. So we'll have a little bit of a pause there. We can move forward with that. Okay. I'm getting there. We're building on the idea now. We're not just doing the normal thing. Yeah. No, and the thing is, it's like, and I've said this before, like my initial goal with Color Jumper was just to have it exist. And, you know, when I started Color Jumper, having a game on Steam was still like some kind of gold standard. You know, this was back in 2015 when everybody could, with a dream, could get on Steam if they, you know, worked hard enough. And now it's just like Steam's just like, give me $100 and you can be on Steam now. It was a greenlit game. But not anymore. Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm still glad that it's there. I just like I have no I'm trying to think of like if we need some other oops, that goes here. Make a larger game idea into small games. Yeah. That's a little bit what I want to do now. I've been messing with another game called Extreme Mining for the past couple months that I'm kind of almost done with. And I'm hoping to I'm just going to put it on itch.io because it's kind of a mix of a bunch of stuff, but I'm hoping to at least use that as a way for me to be like, hey, I can make games. I'm not like a one-hit wonder. Like I can make games. I think having the proper funding and being able to, you know, properly have the tools and the time, especially the time, it can get you a long way, you know? I do want to collaborate with game development at some point, but I am when it comes to a lot of things, and this is a little embarrassing, when it comes to a lot of things, I'm a bit of a lone wolf. And I don't wear that with pride. I have a very specific way that I want to do things, and I have a hard time working with other people sometimes. And not because like I love creative differences because that means I'm about to learn something, but needs to be done. Yeah. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like I have ideas, and I want to make sure that I'm able to execute on all facets of that idea before I can hand it off to somebody else, because I work in a vacuum sometimes, and that's not necessarily a good thing, but I kind of like where this is going. It's a weird vibe. Single player game into a couch co-op. Yeah, I have an idea for a couch co-op game that I really want to do, but I know my skill level isn't there yet. So I have to learn in pieces by making smaller versions of the game, and then I can bring it all together hopefully. And it's not a couch co-op game. It's a couch co-opetition game. But I of course, I miss the days where people actually sat on a couch together and played a game and had fun, because I'm old. That's what old people do. They pine for the good old days. Yeah, I might. Yeah, this would be more. It's not necessarily like a Smash Brothers type thing, but there's definitely a competition to it. It's a somewhat competitive game that has a lot of I don't know. It might be a stupid idea, and that's the problem. It's like you never know if it's a bad idea until you make it, and then you like test it, and you're just like, oh, this was dumb. So there's that. I don't think reverb's the right choice here. So that's like a platformer game that's designed around speedrunning, essentially, right? So it would be like speedrunners, but with a good art direction. And that came out really bad. I like Tiny Build. That's Tiny Build, right? I think that their games are really neat, but they look like they were built in Flash and then like exported to Unity. Maybe they were built in Flash, because that came out back when Flash was still a thing. No, Celeste wasn't. I'm talking about Speedrunners, the game. Composer? But who made it? I thought it was Tiny Build. Yeah, Tiny Build. Double Dutch Games. Yeah. And again, that's nothing against them. I think that it's a neat game. I just like, it's just not my jam visually. Oh no, it's absolutely not a precise platformer, Peps, but it's a racing platforming game like what you mentioned. Asshole. I'm the dad around here. So this needs a little bit of, it needs a little something to keep the escalation moving here. So I'll just do a little blip. I can prototype this all out. Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm always down for like playtesting or something, if you are. Yigrick. Thank you so much for that host, Yigrick. I could use a little break from this. Let's play a little piano, everybody. Yigrick, thank you so much for that. That sounds pretty cool, but I'm doing all right. How are you? You know, Majora's Mask is one of the games, the Zelda games that I haven't played. I've heard it's really good. I just like that era was, there's like a huge gap in like video games that I played in that era. Because that was GameCube. I know that they remade it, but originally it was on GameCube, right? Super Metroid is one of the best games ever made. I can agree with that. N64. Okay. .3DS. That's what I knew. They remade it somewhere. Oh man, video games are pretty cool. Am I right? We got any geeks or gamers in the audience? Isn't that a meme? Yeah. Yeah, I heard that, whereas essentially just like the game was made using the same assets, just kind of do whatever. It's really cool that they went like that, a completely different direction with it. Okay, so I need...
Remember to save.
Excuse me. Ocarina of Time. I remember playing Ocarina of Time. I honestly can't remember much beyond that. Actually, let me just take this Ride 01. Ride 1. We'll just use this as a reverse. Getting there. We need another delay on here. Just for the high end with a lot of feedback and a low. A lot of feedback. Over. Yeah, I'm super digging these vibes. I just need to kind of step it up a little bit. Just because we're running low on time. So I'm kind of just chopping up the drums a little bit. I kind of like the idea of maybe bringing in another layer of drums, but I really want to keep this minimal. How's this? Terraria. Oh, that's another good one. I haven't played Terraria in a long time. I was super addicted to that game. I think I actually have the 3DS version somewhere. I think my wife bought it. Ooh, That is a chonky drum hit there, but I want to keep that. Why is this not snapping? Thank you. This is a little early, ain't it? Yeah. Okay, I like that. Let's start with this as a bass, and then we can iterate off of the drums there. Okay, let's fix it. And then let's push this forward just a little bit. I think we should be good then. This is going to be a little bit of a trick shot, but that's okay. Okay, where are we at with this song? So we've got kind of a build-up. We've got kind of a main section here. Why is this one so quiet? First of all, that needs to be like that. Bring that up to 0. We should be good. Ah! No, 60 FPS or death. You must not be a hardcore gamer, Yegrick. Why is this so quiet? I mean, I don't want to like super crank it like that. Well, maybe that's what I gotta do. Real gamers only play at 60 FPS or above. Oh, I feel personally attacked, Peps. Though to be honest, I don't really play a whole lot of games anymore. I've been too busy. But I want to. I think the last game that I seriously dug into was Celeste, and I had a real good time with that. Why is this so quiet now? I didn't think that I bumped it down that much. I guess, like, part of me just doesn't really give a fart about, like, modern games. And I don't know. I guess that's just me being old. Hey, Vincent. How's it going, man? I kind of want to do some kind of like just not like out of control bass line, but like some kind of like just a little funky bass line. But I don't know how I want to go about it. And I got 26 minutes left, so I got to kind of get my shit together a little bit. Oops. Okay, let's start. I'm going to try probably the more sensible way of making a bass line and see if this actually... Put a massive donk on it. Yeah. To be honest, Yigrick, I agree with you. A lot of games lately, especially a lot of more modern AAA games, like rely on specific types of graphics to engage players rather than trying to be original. And that's not me being like super straight edge, just like, oh, well, that's the only way. And it's like, but it's, I like the idea of games being original mechanically more than they are graphically. And I think we've gotten, and people have been saying this for like the last 10 years, but we've gotten to the point where visually we don't necessarily need to improve as much as we need to like innovate. I don't know. Yeah, I there's plenty of things you can do visually that are really cool, but I think here's a good example. When and this was,
Hey everybody,
oh my
Soapy's here.
God.
Reminded you to West. Yo.
Yeah,
Boy.
you can post a link, Peps. That scared me. Nice. I'll have to check that out. Link Waker 10. I said that right? Link Waker 10. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. I don't know why my thing... Hey, there it is. Link Waker, thank you so much for the follow. Ugh, where was I going with that? Thank you so much for the follow, Link. I appreciate it. So, I don't know if I like this. No, you were Twitch streaming? Oh, yeah. What I'm making. Yeah, I do want to get back to the sample packs at some point. I just got a little too busy with everything else in my life, and I couldn't keep up with the packs, and I felt like the quality would be diminished if I continued doing it, and I would rather put out cool packs that have good quality than just like poop them out and be like, hey, dummies, here's another one. Go buy it, you know? So I would rather do that. Hopefully that's appreciated. I'm getting some phase cancellation with this, and I think it's the unison, but I feel like the same. Yeah. There's too much going on here. I think this was a bad idea. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Let's just stick with this. Instead, let's just do... Oh, yeah, Dead Cells. Dead Cells did it well because each room is handcrafted, but they're put together in a way that makes some logical sense. Binding of Isaac kind of did that. Like, each room is handcrafted, but they don't do as good of a job. Binding of Isaac, I feel, doesn't... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Binding of Isaac does a worse job. All for the better. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I think other people either appreciate that or forgot that I was making something new every month. And I'll start emailing people again at some point. But, you know, for the time being, I just want to...
Remember to save.
I just want to remember to save everybody, you know? What does this one sound like? Yeah, I kind of want to do... I want to do another one of these. Let's see if this works. Basic recording, cheap condenser, or an SM-58 clone. Man, that's a tough one. I would go with the SM-58. I mean, this is an SM-58. Yeah, this is a 58 right here. I love these guys. If you can... Oh, for rock vocals? Jank Hambrams might be a better resource for that. I don't know as much about rock. Yes, you do. You scream all the time. Or is that toxic? Maybe that's toxic. I'm getting my kids mixed up. I'm sorry. It's been one of those days. Listen, it's been a trying week. What am I trying to do? Well, that might be the sound you're going for. You don't know. Okay. So I feel like what we need to do... Flesh craving AI. Nice. Just trying to think of where we can go with this. We got like a build up. We've got a break. No, we definitely need that. Found apparently home cinema uses Windows sound normalization. Oof. Yeah, that stuff can be real rough. I might go with my tried and true spook lead just because we're running low on time here. Yeah. Digital. Oh, we don't need that. Ping pong. Sure. Just messing with stuff. A little much. That's a little more than a little much. Hey, there we go. I don't know how that got turned up so high. No. We're missing something here. We have too many sine waves. We need something with a little juice in it. But I also worry about doing something... Oh, bother. Actually, let's bring this back. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. I just know that we're running low on time. So I just got to fill this out. Yeah, we'll just have that fade out. I do dig this song. I feel like... Okay, let's switch this to massive and see if we can make something a little bit more beefy. Of course, if anybody has suggestions, I'm open to them at this point because I'm running low on time. I'm sure you know how that goes. Also, I think this would be more beneficial if it was lower. Nice. What I could suggest I would. Yeah. It needs something. Yeah. Yeah. It's all good. I'm not worried. Because like I've said before, if it goes over, it goes over, and then that's just how it is. I have no intentions on getting all salty about it, if you know what I mean. Ugh, no. There we go. Okay, so we got something with some space. We just need some grit on it now. And I think, you know, I was talking about using Punish. Let's use Punish. One of the reasons why I got Punish is because it has a really cool animation for its center. It's just so pretty. Come on. There we go. Okay. Oh, we got 8 minutes left, huh? Well, we can up the intensity on this again by duplicating this, putting this in double time. We haven't really messed with the hats at all either, so we can raise these up in intensity too. And I'm hoping to do another, like a counter melody or something for this. Let's just go like this. Boop. And boop. That comes in too early. Because it's not right. There we go. Oh, my ears. Speakers have been on the whole time, huh? Hi, everybody. How are you today? can do a sneaky little thing here. Go like this. I don't know if that does anything. Problem is I have like 4 fans running in this room. So when I'm working with more delicate procedures like this, I have a hard time telling if I'm actually doing anything.
Remember to save.
5 minutes left, eh? Oh no, that's too bad. Sorry, I'm a little quieter now. I kind of went into try hard mode to finish this off. I'm gonna go over though. Pretty sure. Got a couple wrong notes in there, but I think that'll be okay. Just the false leather thing. Yeah, and that's kind of the problem I'm having with my stuff too. Okay, so let's fix this up a little bit. Mostly I just wanted to give it some atmosphere. I've been using a lot of Valhalla delay today, which I guess is not surprising because I love it so much. It's getting there. Okay. Hey, look at that. We're basically done. We still have like mixing and mastering and stuff to do, so. Time's up. But yeah, we pulled it together at the end, though. I really like how this massive instance turned out, this lead. Excuse me. I think that it has a lot going for it. I also... Yeah, honestly, I think we're good. Are we good? I think we're good. Like, part of me lately has been like, oh, well, I need these songs to be like 6 minutes long because otherwise it's not a real music. And it's like, well, that's not really the case. Like, we have an idea, we express that idea, and then we're good. We don't have to spend 1,000 years, writing a song. I'm doing a couple small adjustments, and then we can listen to it. Cool. Let's listen to it. With the speakers on. That's the end of the song. We want the beginning of the song, because that's where it starts. This needs to be louder. Yeah, a little bit. I don't want to boom things out with that sub. It's kind of dangerous. There we go. Yeah, definitely like the Prime series. This could use more of an attack. Super Metroid is my favorite Metroid game. I do remember playing the first Prime and being like astounded by the graphics. Sorry, I'm just cleaning stuff up a little bit. Leaving space is so important. sharing in the hashtag art zone is where you post. Art zone is where you post other people's stuff. Or no, sorry. Art zone is where you post your stuff, and cool stuff is where you post other people's stuff. So if you're looking for feedback, post it in art zone. Sorry, I'm a little brain dead today. I think I'm gonna put a transient shaper on this just because there's a lot of boom. And I think that'll help with that a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase this. Can it go over 100%? It cannot. That's okay. Yeah, no, dude, it's fine. Like, anything you want to share, you can share. Like, I really love the community for that, where it's just like, it's not, nobody makes just like dubstep. It's about, you know, being comfortable with what you want to share and then sharing that. It's not a big deal if it's not like somebody's bag, because somebody out there will like it. And I think it's important to embrace the differences, you know? Okay, I think we're good here. Well, that is today's stream. I did go over in time, so I guess you do get your money back, which is $0, so you're welcome. I think we can find somebody to raid. I haven't had really good luck with raids lately. I really appreciate that there's people doing stuff out there, but it's just like not really my jam sometimes. So music. Let's see if we can find somebody making something. And I don't want to, the problem is, it's like, I don't want to like load somebody up and then put them on blast being like, oh, I don't like this music. We shouldn't, secret Eurobeat song. There's no audio. It's just real quiet. We'll just raid this guy. Why not? Oh man, is my browser screwing up? Okay. Well, we'll raid this guy. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out today, and thank you for all of the wonderful discussions. It's actually a lot of fun to have. Hey, Franklin Zapper. You're a little late, unfortunately, but it's good to see you. Oh, yep. Chrome just crashed, but it reloaded itself. There we go. Yeah, I'm really happy that we were able to, yeah, Peps. Actually, if you don't mind DMing me on Discord so I don't forget. Oh, you're right here. Never mind. Hi, Frond. There we go. There. Now I won't remember because I have a big old error on my thing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you wanted to support this channel and this studio, you can go to patreon.com/Ben_Burns. That's BURNES. You'll be able to download this song as well as the nearly 200 other 2-hour track challenges, as well as 2 secret albums that are Patreon only. Otherwise, if you just want to hang out, you can go to Twitter. I'm on Twitter a lot. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, and YouTube at Ben_Burns. Again, that's BURNES. And, yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of the day. I'm going to bounce you guys over to, what is this, Odyssey Eurobeat. Hopefully, that's not how you spell raid. Hopefully he's a good dude. Anyway, Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much for the stream, and I will see you later. Oh, actually, I'm probably going to be online this weekend, so I'm hopefully going to do some more Saturday streams again. I'm looking forward to that. So, okay, that's me. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. See you later.